Peace. So I'm talking specifically about my people. Even though what I'm going to discuss is probably happening in every other demographic, but I'm talking specifically to my people. The people whose ancestors, the people whose origins come from those who created the first world spiritual systems, those who created the systems of morality, those who created the systems of righteousness, and so on and so forth. Now, don't get me wrong, there was bad things going on at the same time, but the bad things that were taking place do not accumulate or are equivalent to what we're doing now as a people, to each other and to what has been done to us. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm thinking about these things and I take a look at us today and how far we have fell through society, you understand what I'm saying? By design, understand that our condition is by design and we have fell into it. Now, why? Because we host a variety of ideas and other things that we host. And this is what I want to discuss. I want to discuss being a host. I made a video a while back discussing to sisters, be careful who you let in. Because when you let someone in your home, you become a host. You entertain these people in your home. And when you entertain them, whatever that may mean, you allow them in. You see what I'm saying? And you give them leeway in your home. And what happens is they take over your home and they become a parasite in your own home and they destroy you and your home and your children. We are witnessing our communities be destroyed. Baltimore, Chicago, we have deaths all over the place. Death. Killing of each other all over the place. This is nothing new. You understand what I'm saying? But we have to ask ourselves a couple of questions. And one of the questions I want you to understand, not even a question, one of the statements that I'm going to make is that, again, going back to the science of being a host, our people have become a host. And what I mean by that is that you are entertaining certain types of frequencies and low spiritual vibrations on purpose. See, when you have an environment that's already set up like that by design, you understand what I'm saying? Where certain types of frequencies is emitted into that environment on purpose by using physical things. You see what I'm saying? It creates an environment. And what happens is that those who live in that environment become susceptible to it. You understand what I'm saying? They become open to it. And when you become open to something, that allows something else to enter or latch on to you, or you become a part of it. You blend in to it. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what's happening with our people in our communities, all over our communities. We have become a host. You understand what I'm saying? And a host, again, is one who entertains people as a guest. But your physical manifestation, your human organism, is entertaining spiritual low frequencies and spiritual parasites as a host. And what happens is when these hosts latch onto you, they take over. The real you no longer exists because the host is utilizing the body that's hosting it. And it is using it to its advantage. So we take a look at our community and see what's happening. We look at all of the wickedness and all of the bloodshed and all of the killing and all of the strange things that our people are doing in our communities now. You know what I'm saying? Because of possibly what we're hosting. And we're not recognizing that we are open and allowing certain types of vibrations and frequencies to take on. It's kind of like a possession. You don't understand why you're doing the things that you do. You don't understand it, but I'm letting you know that you are a host possibly. You are possibly hosting, entertaining demon vibrations. You know how they say, when you meet a stranger, be careful, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know, the stranger you meet may be an angel and you can be entertaining an angel or a demon, same thing. But now you're doing it from an unseen perspective because your physical manifestation, your body is the host. It's a latching on and it's making you act other than yourself, and you are acting out in a very wicked way. The European understands how these things work because they create the frequency. They create the environment for you to become a product of. See, when you become a product of the environment, you begin to become that environment. If the environment is weak and wicked, then guess what happens? You become as the environment. So I want you to understand something. You need to study yourself. And what I mean by that is you need to check yourself to see if you are a host. You need to see what's going on within yourself if you do have spiritual parasites attached to you. because it will be seen through your character. It will be seen through the wickedness in you. There is nothing righteous in the earthland at this particular moment. Everything that is in the earthland is of a wicked condition. And there are those of us who know and understand that, and we fight the wickedness by truth and love, because love is the savior of the world. I'm not talking about the mushy stuff. I'm talking about the force called love. You understand what I'm saying? That force that creates, binds, and destroys. Love. Something that you got to have for your own soul in order to not become a host, in order to not become engulfed by the parasitic, wicked environment around you, where you are no longer in control of your own thinking, where something else is controlling your thought process and you are acting out on it, and you have no control over your own self to stop you from taking your child and dumping her in the toilet and flushing it, or throwing her out of a window. You got to recognize we are under attack in many, many ways. See, many of us specifically think physical. If I can see it, touch it, taste it, then it's real. But you know what? That's the illusion, because everything seen comes from the unseen. You see what I mean? So you got to understand that there's things working around you that you can't see that will affect you physically. There are frequencies and energies that surround you that will attach to you because you're open, because you're living in a low vibration. Every thought that you have is a wicked thought. Every thought that you have is low. It's some type of form of manipulation you're thinking. It's some type of form of abuse or deceit is what you're thinking. So guess what? You're opening up yourself. You're opening up these chakras and these pathways, these unseen pathways, these invisible pathways that are actual facts on yourself, and you are allowing vibrations and frequencies to enter, and they are taking over, and you are acting other than your own self, and it is being witnessed in our communities daily. What our communities need is a spiritual overhaul. See, we need to go into the streets of every one of our communities and do spiritual overhaul. We have to run those frequencies off of our streets and out of our communities. We have to run those frequencies out, and we have to do that by exhibiting the same thing. See, if we give so much power to the darkness, if we give so much power to the devil and demons and Satan, because we hear it all the time in our community, all the time, we give more power to the dark than we do to light. But if there is darkness, there's light. If there's demons and so on and so forth, then there's the opposite of that. There are those of us who work inside of the light while others work inside of the darkness and not even know that they're working for or inside of the darkness. They're being consumed by vibrational spiritual parasites, aka jinn, demon, whatever you want to call it, that they have allowed to come in. So stop being a host. The only thing you want to host is light. The only thing you want to host is that which breeds justice, mercy, love, right, and everything that is healthy and righteous on the planet is what you must breed. But you must start breeding here first. Your thinking must change. You have to become purified in your thoughts. You have to become purified in your thoughts. Your thinking has to be purified. You have to put to death the way you think and resurrect and have a purified thought process, because that's going to help your organism. So understand that, what I'm saying to you. Ask yourself, are you a host? Ask yourself about the fruits that you produce. Are they wicked? Because see, there's a result for everything that we produce. Either it's going to be of light or it's going to be of darkness. Ask yourself, are you one of the wicked ones? Ask yourself, are you one of the ones of light? Because see, it's going to show. It's going to show. You may not be extremely wicked. You may not be out killing people with your hands, but you could kill somebody's soul. You could kill somebody's spirit with words and other things. You have to be careful that you're not one of these who is hosting a low vibration, a low parasitic spiritual parasite on you that's eating you away. Peace.